to get one in. So I wanted to do a live stream. First of all, I want to personally thank all the new subscribers I picked up within the last couple of months. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I really, do this stuff for y'all, and I really, it's really hard for me to try to, do this, do this channel, operate, maintain this channel while working a full time job at the same time. But I enjoy both. So I enjoy being here. I enjoy, communicating with you guys. So, I'm here for you guys. So I appreciate the long time followers that's been here since my channel's inception, so, Vontae and Aubrey and a couple other people. And shout out to, CB, some of the LDBC brothers. So, I mean, and, non-LDBC brothers. So shout out to all my supporters. So, with that being said, so, it's been a week, since Devin Haney defeated Vasil Lomachenko in a so-called controversial unanimous decision, which to me, I don't see any controversy now. You had a lot of people, making videos hollering about it was a robbery and all this type of stuff. And, and it was an injustice. And, you had some of these goofy Lomachenko fans talking about they're going to get petitions signed to get the decision overturned. And then the WBC came forward and said, one of the sanctioned bodies said it wasn't no robbery. It was just a close fight. At the end of the day, I had Devin Haney winning that fight. I've watched that fight 3 times and I scored it. And, after watching it 3 times, there was a swing round to where you could have had it 8 rounds to 4 in favor of Devin Haney. But at the end of the day, if you think Lomachenko edged him out, okay. If you think it was a draw, okay. But this stuff about robbery, that's absurd. And you guys need to stop the cap. But it's kind of funny. They've been talking to a lot of people just, around the boxing circuit. And you had Julio Cesar Chavez. He thought Devin Haney won. And another fella who was doing the broadcast with him thought that Devin Haney won. So, like I said before, it wasn't no robbery. We all know the reason why most people are mad that Devin Haney got the nod. And I got a video where I basically talked about this. People just like to play games. And shout out to Antonio Tarver. Wish he would have did the interview with me, but he was on Fight Hub. Shout out to Marcos, and he was hinting what I was saying. At the end of the day, a lot of these boxers can't flat out say what I'm saying. They got to hint it. But I do give Marcos credit for not cutting him off and letting him say what he needed to say. Because, like I said before, I stand by what I say. Devin Haney won that fight. Now, for people that was getting online with they fake grandstanding and they're appalled, like Lil Boosie, like, man, the more and more I see Lil Boosie, the more and more I just lose respect for him. And I ain't even going to say what I just found out about dude. Something that, oh, man. And I don't respect Lil Boosie at all because he was just flat out, being a handkerchief head. And so was Nelly. Talking about they done with boxing. Well, get the hell on. We'll be fine without you. And like I said before, niggas always getting on here, putting on a tap dancing act. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here with that beans and cornbread stuff. And that's why I don't respect a lot of these other content creators. So, it is what it is, though. But you got a lot of people. And Dan Rafael, a dude that even I've confronted about some of the stuff he's done. Even he said that Lomachenko was being a sore loser and a crybaby. Lomachenko didn't win that fight. Lomachenko should have did more. And then when you look at the infamous 10th round, and then you watch the fight, in particular, you watch that round, Devin Haney was slipping a lot of them punches. So when they said he landed like 22 punches in one of them rounds, That's very questionable. That's very questionable. And then everything up into, you look at the broadcast, basically the pay-per-view telecast, it was clear and obvious that ESPN was rooting for Vasil Lomachenko, trying to make him the so-called sentimental favorite. But at the end of the day, most of them people that came in there to see that fight, those 15,000 people that attended that fight, they wasn't all from wherever Lomachenko from, Ukraine. They wasn't all from Ukraine. A lot of them people was American, and they just was rooting against Devin Haney because he was black. I mean, let's just cut to the chase and let's stop playing these games. That's what it is. That's just the bottom line. That's just the end of story. You didn't want the black fighter to win, and your worst nightmare came true. Devin Haney won. The black fighter won. Don't come on here saying, let's not make this. I double dare one of y'all to come on here and say it ain't about race. What's up? That's all that happened. The wrong guy won. Your worst nightmare came true with Lomachenko. He lost to a black fighter. That's why everybody had these excuses built in if Lomachenko lost this fight. Now, I give Lomachenko credit for not getting blew out, but he didn't win that fight. He didn't win that fight whatsoever. Not to me. But a lot of people's worst nightmare came true. This is why a lot of people are somewhere praying, saying, well, thank God that Triple G didn't fight elite black fighter, because the same thing would have happened to him. And that's what everybody is mad about, because their worst nightmare came true, that the unthinkable happened, that Lomachenko lost to a black fighter. Why you think Paulie Malignaggi's light punching ass is somewhere punching the air and calling Devin Haney all kind of moulions or whatever, or whatever they call them, moulions and all. He probably calling Devin Haney all kind of N-words with the ER, because that's what type of dude Paulie is. Paulie Malignaggi is a light, feather-fisted punk and a culture vulture. Typical white trash. You know what I'm saying? People, people admire our culture and like our culture and like what we invent, but they just don't like the people that invent it. Now, so SpaghettiOs can, you know what I'm saying? Paulie Malignaggi, he can go to hell. Yes, Paulie, guess what? It happened. As Jim Blanton would say, it happened. It happened. Lomachenko lost to a brother. Yep. So there you have it. There you have it. Real talk. So take your ass back to Bensonhurst and cuss up a storm, because we still haven't forgot what y'all did to Joseph Hawkins. We still haven't forgot about that. Even you know, but it is what it is. Nah, he wouldn't take the bet. He wouldn't take the bet. He wouldn't take the bet. Bill bet him like 100 racks or something that Devin would win. So, I heard he didn't take the bet, but that's okay. Because at the end of the day, I had a smile on my face, and it was, the thing is, you fighting in your adopted hometown of Las Vegas, Nevada. If you Devin Haney, you should be. I'm glad Devin Haney didn't represent the United States in the Olympics. And if I'm Andre Ward, after that first Sergey Kovalev fight and the second Kovalev fight, where people came to that fight rooting against me, if I'm Andre Ward, I'm probably looking at that gold medal like I ain't finna tell Andre Ward what to do with his gold medal, but if that was me, I know what I would do with it. So I seen this before. Can you imagine? Can you imagine you fighting in Las Vegas, your adopted home where you fight out of, and you got 15,000 people coming to see you fight, but you can make an argument 10,000 of them came to see you lose and was rooting against you. I was there. It wasn't that many Ukrainians there. It wasn't that many Ukrainians there. That's just real talk. It was a lot of Americans there, and it was a lot of Hispanics there, and we was there. But for most intents and purposes, they were all rooting against Devin Haney. Disgusting. Disgusting. Sad. Pitiful. Pathetic. Pathetic. But I got a smile on my face seeing them people walking out of that arena with their heads down and sad. I enjoyed every minute of it. Now, as you guys know, it's certain things I can say, it's certain things I got to do when I'm, when I'm covering a fight. Because when I'm covering a fight, I can't, sit up there and say certain stuff. It is what it is. But it was some stuff I wanted to say real bad, but I have to be cool because at the end of the day, I have to be fair and non-biased. Which for the most part I was trying to be, but then at the end of the day, my the brother in me came out because I seen what was going on. Just looking into the the previews of the fight and looking at some of the program, and it just seemed like to a certain degree it even seemed like Lomachenko was getting more screen time. Just seemed like it. And maybe I'm wrong, but the live telecast of the pay-per-view, it was sickening to see that ESPN was doing that. But then if you call ESPN out on that, they're gonna play stupid. They're gonna play stupid. They're gonna be like, "Oh no, we don't know what you're talking about. We were just doing a special." No, I seen what they were trying to do. It just seemed like it was all about turning Devin Haney into some kind of bad guy. And then once again, let me get this straight. Everybody was so upset about Devin Haney pushing Lomachenko. They were so upset about seeing a black dude push a Eastern European white fighter. But when Canelo pushed a American white fighter, they just trying to sell the fight. Canelo struck Caleb Plant and scratched him. Canelo was not fined. Nothing happened to Canelo. But then Lomachenko cries to the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Then they trying to fine Devin Haney $400,000. So at the end of the day, like I said, this is why I just don't respect Lomachenko. You can make an argument Lomachenko should have 4 losses. That's just real talk, because I thought Lomachenko lost to Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz, even though Jermaine Ortiz thought that he did more than Devin Haney, it was about the same fight. Once again, Lomachenko gave away the early rounds, and then he rallied towards the last quarter of the fight, and he got the nod. But you can make an argument that Lomachenko lost to Jermaine Ortiz. And Jermaine Ortiz he basically told me off camera. He said a lot of people walked up to him and said that they thought he beat Lomachenko. He said it, and he agreed. So Lomachenko should really have 4 losses if you want to be honest. And like I say, Lomachenko fans be killing me how they think they can come to my channel versus other people's channel, think they could try to bully me and intimidate me. Man, you can't intimidate me on my channel. Like, man, are you serious? Oh, I got to change my mind because, Lomachenko fans are here. I got to change my mind. Lomachenko got robbed. Oh, okay. Well, since you say Lomachenko got robbed, I changed my mind. Lomachenko not going to happen here. I told you I ain't like some of these view holes on here. And like I said before, people be killing me with this stuff. People be killing me with this stuff. That a robbery. Like I said, man, it wasn't even remotely close to being no robbery. But at the same time, they tried to make you think it was a robbery. Like I said before, I mean, even a lot of people have retracted what they said. Yeah, from Shakur Stevenson. And you see what they did to Shakur Stevenson. They screwed Shakur Stevenson, basically dropped him down to the number two contender and made Lomachenko the number one for the WBC. How can you lose a fight and then you get ranked higher than the dude who's supposed to be the mandatory? But Mauricio Sullivan, he can't get it right to save his life. Well, Lomachenko always got an excuse when he lose. He just like, the thing is what pissed me off. When black fighters lose a fight, they want us to be humble. They want us to praise the guy that we lost to. But then when somebody that don't look like us, when a non-black fighter lose, they get to make excuses. Oh, I thought I won the fight, Manny Pacquiao. I thought I won the fight. Oh, my shoulder was hurting. Oscar De La Hoya was the king of the excuse. Every time Oscar De La Hoya lost the fight, he had some kind of excuse instead of giving it up to his opponent. Just like when he lost to Trinidad. You the one that decided for the last 5 rounds not to throw a damn punch and basically get on your bicycle. Pathetic. But then these guys had the audacity to call black fighters runners. You can make an argument that Lomachenko was the one that was running. Oh, but excuse me, he was boxing. He was putting on a master class. Well, he wasn't the Matrix that night. Like I said, Lomachenko's ribs looked like a peppermint stick. It was so red. And then, hey, Devin Haney don't got no power, but look at Lomachenko's face. Lomachenko's face was marked up. Devin Haney, that was funny. They said, look like Devin Haney's lip is bleeding a little bit. Well, that happened. Floyd had a busted lip, Floyd had a little swollen lip versus Manny Pacquiao, but then it went down the next day. You know what I'm saying? Cotto busted Floyd's nose a little bit. But then, you know what I'm saying? Devin Haney, he busted Lomachenko up, man. He busted Lomachenko up. Look at Lomachenko's face compared to Devin Haney's face, and then you tell me who won the fight. So, like I said before, Devin Haney didn't get no credit for that body work he was doing. The broadcast was just not Dre. And I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry, Tim. If you listened to this video, Tim, your broadcasting was a little too pro Lomachenko, brother. I just gotta call it how I see it, bro. When you see me in a couple of weeks, if you want to have a discussion off camera, I'll be more than willing to have a discussion with you. But Tim, your broadcast was way too pro Lomachenko. So there you have it. I mean, somebody got to say it, and I ain't got nothing against Tim Bradley, but man, come on, man. You just got to keep it above. Oh, man, appreciate the donation, man. Appreciate the donation, man. Really appreciate that. Well, I think a lot of this, I got a sneaky suspicion a lot of the hatred that Devin and Bill Haney get is because they practicing Muslims. And then another thing, the thing is, it's funny how people got an issue with Bill being president in his son's life. This is what they hate about seeing black fathers. They love to give all the women in our community credit for being the so-called man and woman of the household, which, by the way, there's no such thing as a man and woman in the household. You have a father and you have a mother. You know what I'm saying? And that's twisted. But at the end of the day, that's what you call narrative and agenda pushing. And they only like to push that bullshit towards our community. You know, one of these white boys, they commit a crime, they do something, or they come up kidnapped, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, something happened to them, they talk to the father first, but then when something happened to a brother, then they would have talked to the mother and try to push the father in the background. So at the end of the day, that stuff is did on purpose. And then other nationalities see that, and then they be thinking that, oh, black men are cowards and they don't do right. And I just want to say to the people that think like that about black fathers, you can go fuck yourself. We don't got to explain nothing to y'all. We don't owe y'all no explanation. We ain't got to explain nothing to y'all. Black men are in their children's life. It's a overblown myth. I've been there for my son all 24 years of his life. Real talk. So you could save that stuff. I don't give a damn what you think. You hear me, Hector? You hear me, Bob? For real. You hear me, Raj D? Now, you hear me, Mr. Wong? We ain't got to explain nothing to y'all. And we don't care and we don't want your approval. We don't need your approval. So real talk. Take that however you want. Who is you to look down on us? I ain't one of these black dudes that sit around looking for white or non-black approval. So I'm just keeping it a buck. Somebody got to say this. Now, somebody got to say this. Real talk. I don't sit around walking around here. Ooh, I hope non-blacks or the white man like me. I hope they respect me. I don't need your respect. But I'll tell you this much. If you try to disrespect me to my face, we gonna have a problem. We gonna have a problem. A real problem. And you take it however you want. Like I said before, I see a lot of things that I just don't like. And one of the stigmas that they love to put on black men is that we all just walk around, not take care of our children, not being around. I was always around for my son, paid my child support, all that stuff. Just got through talking to my son, texting, talking to my son. Me and him coming up with some ideas. I talk to my son all the time. If I don't talk to him over the phone, he texts me. I was there for every graduation. The only graduation I missed when he graduated from college. So that's it. My son listens to my son watches my videos. So there you have it. That's an overblown myth. Like I say, but I just want to let you non-blacks and you white boys know, stop assuming everything. And stop thinking you finna keep disrespecting black men, because I'm old school. Go watch that video that I put up with that scene from Truck Turner. That's what's going. We finna start bringing that back. We finna start bringing that back. And if you know what I'm saying? If you purse wearing, nail polish wearing niggas, if y'all too scared to say something, just step out the way. We'll handle it. Go on and keep compromising yourself. Go on and keep submitting yourself. Oh, appreciate the donation, man. I'm about to talk about that anyway. I'm about to get to that anyway. But let me. Matter of fact, thanks, thanks, Layla D. Appreciate that. That's good that you brought that up. Okay, so let me get to Terence Crawford. Okay, since this fight was announced pretty much like a week ago, Terence Crawford been doing his groundwork. He been doing his job, trying to promote this fight. Like I said, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn who wins. It is what it is. If you trying to get a cheap ticket, I looked at some websites and they are predicting how much the tickets are going to cost. You're going to have to get up early in the morning. The tickets are going to be on sale around 10 a.m. They haven't said, the problem is they haven't said Eastern time or Pacific time. So the tickets go on sale Friday. If I'm not mistaken, that's the 2nd. So if you trying to score a cheap ticket, get up early in the morning. If you in the West Coast, I say you get up around 5 o'clock in the morning and you get in line. It's just like when you trying to buy them Jordans and stuff online when they release them. Like when you try to get them and put them, when they do the online raffle, where you try to put them in your cart and all that kind of, it's almost similar to that. But you got to worry about the same thing getting bought, the bots. So you go directly to the T-Mobile Arena website and you get in line. So if you have to get in line like around 6 a.m., so be it. So when they release the tickets, more than likely they're going to have a ticket probably for around $100, $200. I would immediately snatch that up because I think this fight is going to sell out. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to try to buy a ticket because I don't know if I'm going to get credentialed for that fight because the PBC, they don't mess with me. So I want to get in there. I'm not going to bank on trying to get a credential. I'm just going to buy a ticket. And just leave it. Just leave it at that. If I can score one of them tickets, so be it. I didn't put away a couple of bucks for a ticket. So, I have my limits on everything. I'm not paying no $400-$500 for no ticket. But I do believe this fight is going to sell out. So you may be able to score a nosebleed seat. Like I said, I wish they would give us some more clarity. Like, what do they mean? They say 10 a.m. Do you mean 10 a.m. Eastern time? And usually when they say 10 a.m., that means Eastern time. So that's going to be like 7 o'clock for us. Because just like on Saturday, when they release those Jordans, they start off at 10 a.m. And like I said, you have to, you try to grab your size. And then at 10 a.m., when they officially release the shoe, you push that pay button and then they'll let you know whether you got it or not. They'll say sorry. But then, like I said, you have to worry about bots. So I'm giving you the game plan. If you plan on buying a ticket, you're going to have to get up early in the morning. So that would be, well, Layla D, if you in Chicago, then that would be, Chicago is 2 hours ahead of Oakland. So that would be 9 a.m. your time. So that means you should try to get in line. Like around maybe 7:30 your time. Nah, they usually release them tickets. Well, well, that'll be better for me. Well, just to be safe. I mean, I'm off Friday anyway, but just to be safe, I'm going to get in line around 6 a.m. I'm going to try to get it, have my computer revved up, ready to go. I'm going directly to that site. So go to tmobilearena.com. If it's East Coast time, that's even better. But I think it's going to be 10 a.m. I think it's going to be 10 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, but I'm gonna wait till T-Mobile make them available. Because those are pre-sales. And I'm not praying. And I know what you're saying. I'm not Nah. Those are pre-sale. I am not paying pre-sale. I'm gonna buy my tickets directly from T-Mobile.com. So if I can come up, no. I mean, get in line like online. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have been more specific, but that's what they call it. Sorry. Put it. I mean, put it in your cart. Get your cart revved up. No, you don't have to. No, I mean online. Sorry, I should have been more transparent. No. Go to T-Mobile. Go to T-Mobile.com. Because that's when T-Mobile. I'm trying to buy directly from, from the arena. Because when I went to Spence versus it was supposed to be Spence versus Pacquiao, I bought directly from T-Mobile, and I got my ticket for around $250, I think, about $250, which ended up being Ugas. But I went directly to T-Mobile.com. So yeah, bro, bust a move. Bust a move. Yeah, so yeah, just bust a move. So I don't know what your day gonna be looking like. So I mean, because like I said, they should be more specific with, do they mean what standard time they mean? They just said tickets go on sale June the 2nd, 10 a.m. Like, okay, Pacific or Eastern Standard Time. So I'm gonna look again. I'm definitely gonna look again to see what's up. But yeah, but like I said, Terence Crawford, he doing his work to promote the fight, because according to Errol Spence, he been doing all the heavy lifting, whatever that means. I really could. Oh boy, people lucky. I could be real mean spirited. I could just make some jokes, but I'm not finna make those jokes about Errol Spence. Errol Spence ain't been doing no heavy lifting. But I love the fact that once again, all these niggas is eating off of Terence Crawford. Every time Terence Crawford make a video, these people make videos based off what Terence Crawford is saying in regards to the fight, from him being on $1 million worth of game, and, Boots Ennis calling him. And I got to say this about Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis, to a certain degree, he kind of played himself when he said, we've been trying to fight you since 2018. Nobody knew who he was in 2018. So I don't even know why he said that. And I heard he had a chance to become one of the mandatories, but he turned down the opportunity with another sanctioning body because he wanted to keep his ranking. But I'm not calling Boots a liar or nothing like that, but I just think he was off a little bit with his he was off a little bit with his dates, his date and times, because literally nobody heard of him in 2018, and we got to keep it a buck. And he kind of embarrassed himself when he said that. What's up, Joe? He embarrassed himself when he said that, but we all make mistakes. He a young man, but at the end of the day, you call yourself trying to confront somebody, but then you said 2018, and Bud was like, what? Bud made his debut at welterweight in 2018. And keep in mind, I went to his debut at welterweight, which was against Jeff Horn. So I just don't know why Boots did that. Like, he really kind of humiliated himself. It wasn't that Bud did it, he did it himself. Now, of course, And shout out to my people from Philly. I love Philadelphia, but at the end of the day, y'all let Boots hang himself. And y'all got to stop pushing this narrative that Terence Crawford is ducking Boots, because that's just not the case. Like I said before, this is what these dudes do. They love to holler about, they love to matchmake, they love to pocket watch, they love to try to write virtual checks. They love to tell Terence Crawford what he should take, which I find hella funny because, like, and like I said, these dudes just really been on some BS. You just got, you just can't just be like, man, are you serious? Dude, what are you talking about, man? So yeah, Boots, he played himself a little bit. Real bad. Real bad. And I feel sorry for the young brother. But Terence Crawford is doing his groundwork. And I love the fact when Gilly the Kid tried to grill him a little bit. And I'm not getting no Gilly the Kid, because that's his job, to ask him certain type of questions, where he was saying, hey, some people would say that Errol Spence has the better resume. And it's just like, how? At the end of the day, truth for truth. And I know he cool with Danny Garcia because Danny Garcia is from Philly like him. But all of us know that Danny Garcia turned down $3 million to fight Terence Crawford. He turned down $3 million to fight Terence Crawford and took $1.2 million to fight Adrian Granados. And he would have got a title shot. And I'm seeing certain people making videos praising Al Heyman, like saying, thank you for making this fight. Like, thank Al Heyman for what? Like, dude, you didn't even want to make this fight. For real. You the one that prolonged this fight for the longest. Well, Errol already said he going after Bud from the starting bell. So maybe he felt like he gonna have to go for the gusto early. Like I said, it's gonna be a good fight. Anything can happen in that fight. Boxing is boxing. But the blowout stuff, when I hear people say it's gonna be a blowout and all this kind of stuff, you are out of your damn mind. But like I said, people gonna have to live with that too. And people gonna have to stick by that too. So, like I said before, I never picked a winner. I already said I have an idea who gonna win this fight. But all I'm gonna say is, if the person who I think gonna win the fight, yeah, like I said before, I'm gonna have a lot to say, and I may have a lot to say no matter who wins this fight. And oh yeah, like Jose Canseco, I'm naming names too. I'm saying they names. I ain't talking in innuendo. I'm flat out saying they names. And straight up. Because like I say, now that this fight had actually been made, now everybody starting to backtrack a little bit. Now everybody like talking like, okay, well, this could happen and that could happen. So, because like I said, the whole notion was to make it look like Terence Crawford was ducking Errol Spence. That was never the case. Like I said before, kudos to Terence Crawford for basically holding his own and standing his ground and making sure that him and Errol Spence both got a 8-figure payday. The reports are saying both of these men are guaranteed at least $10 million apiece. And then, like I said, you had a lot of these Errol Spence butt boys sitting up here talking about Bud need to take this and Bud need to take that and all this kind of stuff. Like I said before, I just thought that was just absurd. Because people was too deep into the fanism and the fanboy stuff. Like they was just being extremists and they was acting like a cult. So I'm glad the fight got made, and I commend Terence Crawford for standing his ground and not taking the first deal that was thrown at him. Isn't this what we supposed to do as a community? Shouldn't we be saluting Terence Crawford for not taking the first deal that was thrown at him and not being desperate and thirsty and not letting himself get outsmarted? Isn't this what we supposed to do as a community? Isn't what we supposed to be celebrating? Oh, because the black man, and Al Heyman, who don't give a damn about the black community, is part of this. We ain't supposed to say nothing. And like I said before, um, that first face off on ESPN was very telling. It doesn't matter who you think won the first face off or none of that stuff. But as you can see, Stephen A. Smith posed that question. He said, what took so long for this fight to be made? You didn't hear nothing about we sent him an offer and all this kind of stuff. And we sent him a contract in July of 2022, which I knew was cap. I knew a lot of these dudes was just lying. And you heard dudes getting on here lying, talk about, oh, I heard Terence Crawford turned down $10 billion for it. Like, just people was just sitting up here lying and making up stuff because that's what they do. They want to push a narrative and make it look like they know what they're talking about, and they really don't know what they're talking about. And it's really an insult to me. It's an insult to the people that's really out there working hard, doing the groundwork, talking to these people, tallying up information so they can relay it back to you guys. And then you have these cornballs that's sitting up behind their computer, don't go cover a fight, don't do no interviews, don't talk to nobody, and just sit up here lying. But yet these are the dudes that y'all getting y'all information from. And yet these dudes got 200 and something thousand subscribers, some of them, and they sitting up here lying and brainwashing their subscribers and the people that follow them with lies. And I'm gonna keep clowning these dudes because they full of it. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about dudes like the least attorney, a couple of other people, fake pro-black dudes, want to be fake black Incredible Hulk niggas, just a lot of people on here. Just just faking the funk. Just sitting up here lying. And that's it, and I got a problem with that. So, needed to be said. Well, that's how I tried to promote Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford as a fight for us. That's the modern day Sugar Ray Leonard. When Errol Spence compared his fight with Terence Crawford to Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler, I don't know about that, because I don't see no Sugar Ray Leonard or Marvin Hagler in neither one of those fighters. And I'm just keeping it a buck. And then plus, if you a boxing historian, Sugar Ray Leonard basically finessed Hagler when it came to negotiations. The only thing Hagler won as far as negotiations go was the money part. Hagler did make more money than Sugar Ray Leonard, but Sugar Ray Leonard got to pick the ring size, which was that gigantic ass, metamorphous ass ring that they fought in. Sugar Ray Leonard got to pick the gloves. Sugar Ray Leonard wanted it to be a 12-round fight instead of a 15-round fight. So all that went in favor of Sugar Ray Leonard. Like I said, Hagler only won as far as the money went. He got more money. So, I'm just, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Who would I compare Spence versus Crawford to? I see more Thomas Hearns and Hagler, and maybe George Foreman and Lonnie Lau in because I think both of these dudes, I think this is going to be a drag out, rock'em sock'em fight. It's going to be some strategic, but I wouldn't be surprised if both these dudes hit the canvas. The question is who gonna make the standing 8 count. But I believe both of these dudes is gonna hit the canvas one time or another. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight. And if Errol Spence is true to his word, where he say he going directly towards Terence Crawford, which means he gonna try to get him out of there early, which that could be reckless for him. If he said he going for broke for from the beginning of the round, that mean he may be worried about what could happen in the later rounds. But if he feel like hey, maybe I need to jump on him right away, hey, so be it. Yeah, Mayweather Cotto, I could say something like that. I could say something like that. I wouldn't say Shane Mosley and Margarito, because that was pretty much a one-sided fight. Shane Mosley beat the hell out of he man, he beat the loaded gloves off Margarito. He beat them. Hey, Margarito was like renderless. He was like he was like helpless without that plaster, that plastic stuff that he was trying to put in his gloves. I'm talking about Margarito. He beat the hell out of Margarito. He, for real, he beat the tequila out of Margarito. That is just real talk. I'm talking about man. Uh, so I don't think it's gonna be similar to that fight. Like I said, that was just a one-sided fight. Like I said, the only thing you saw in that fight was Margarito's head like getting snapped back throughout the fight. I'm I'm not picking no winner. Like I said before, I'm just gonna kick back. Like I said, my mission was just to get the fight made. I'm happy the fight is made, but like, I'm glad Bud defended himself. Because like I said, Bud didn't create the other side of the street. They created the other side of the street. They the ones that was talked about, the I gotta go get this build. I'm finna go here. I'm you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So um, wasn't Bud. Bud would have been willing to fight those dudes. And like I said, it was hesitant, and for some reason, a lot of lack of effort to try to do, co-promotion, and that's been going on for a while. But maybe with the end results and basically the success of Brian Garcia and Tank Davis, maybe you will see more of it. So we got to see. Oh, I enjoy Margarito versus Sugar Shade Mosley too, because it made my day seeing Sugar Shade Mosley beat the brakes off Margarito. I'm talking about, like I said, he beat the tequila out of Margarito. I'm talking about he beat the hell out of him. And I enjoyed every moment of it. I enjoyed every moment of it. And shout out to the great Nassim Richardson for catching Margarito attempting to cheat. And the funny thing about that too, when that happened, we was in the internet age. Once again, where was the outrage for Margarito getting caught? And I mean, he literally got caught trying to cheat. But you heard people making excuses. Oh man, it wasn't Margarito. It was his. It was his trainer. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't be stupid. Just like Resto knew that Panama Lewis or whoever it was that wrapped his gloves did something to those gloves. So stop the cap. For Margarito to try to say, "Oh, I didn't know that the glove." Come on, man. Come on, dude. Stop it. Like I said, let that have been a brother that got caught with some stuff in their gloves. They'll be talking about he should go to jail. He should be prosecuted. He should be prosecuted. They should erase fights off his. They'll probably say take away his boxing record. They'll say for real. You know, I'm not the one to play these games. What's going on, man? Shout out to the homie World Combat Sports. Go subscribe to his channel, please. So that's my homeboy. We be covering these fights together. So subscribe to World Combat Sports, please. So HBO here. It's always HBO, not HBC. But shout out to the HBCs. But it's HBO, which means help a brother out. So you can help me out by subscribing to my brother World Combat Sports. Subscribe to his channel, please. So yeah. But well, what's gonna be intriguing is like I said, it's gonna be a chess match. And the thing is with Bud can fight off the ropes. And Bud can counter Spence. And then see, the thing is, Spence then fought certain type of fighters that complement his style. His head, I mean, look, he walk a straight line when he come in. So it's gonna be interesting what happens when Bud switches to southpaw. And Bud will switch to southpaw if he gets hit with too many punches that he may not see coming. So that's gonna be interesting. So like I said, it's gonna be an intriguing fight. But I think that both dudes gonna eventually hit the canvas. But I do think when it's all said and done, this fight is gonna end in a late TKO stoppage. But it's gonna be a hard fought fight. Like I said, I already have an idea who I think is gonna win, but I'm just waiting. Not because I'm scared to predict a winner. I'm just, saving some stuff that I'm gonna let loose. Because like I said before, I'm gonna continue to call out some of the BS that I seen pertaining to Terence Crawford and how he was treated. But Terence Crawford is doing an excellent job of promoting this fight. He's talking to everybody and he's focused. And like I said before, people say Bud is uninteresting and all that kind of stuff, but I sure see people making countless videos about Terence Crawford. And this is why I say you have a very questionable argument about who's the more popular fighter out of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Because it appears to me every time I turn around, I'm seeing video after video being made about Terence Crawford, whether it's good, bad, or on the fence. And a lot of you dudes' whole channel have been predicated on talking shit about Terence Crawford. A lot of these dudes. But he's supposed to not be that good of a fighter. He hasn't fought anybody, this, that, and the third. But every time I look around, you make videos about Terence Crawford, and your Terence Crawford videos, whether it's good, bad, fair, right down the middle, you get a lot of hits. I mean, more than likely the average, even if you got a bigger platform than what I got, the average Terence Crawford video probably get like, if you got 100,000 subscribers, probably get on the regular, you probably get 20,000 hits to when you make a video about Errol Spence, that's get like 10,000 hits. So I can tell you right now, if I Googled or went to the YouTube search engine and just typed up random Terence Crawford videos, I bet you more Terence Crawford videos would come up than Errol Spence. So Like I said before, you tell me. I'm just saying, if Bud so unpopular, why is these niggas constantly making videos talking about the dude? And like I said, now that this whole there was a contract stuff been debunked, because you didn't hear Errol Spence once say, well, we sent him a contract because he knew it was a damn lie. But like I said, it ain't about Errol Spence, it's about his Fandy boys. They busted, they exposed, and they were lying to begin with. I knew they were lying. I told y'all it wasn't no damn contract. It wasn't no damn contract. You kept hearing about the mythical contract. Oh man, man, Errol Spence, he signed his contract back in July. And then you kept asking people, okay, well, what's on the contract? How much money they getting? Okay, when is it? What date? Where it's gonna be at? Oh man, Errol Spence, he signed his contract. Like, nigga, what's in the contract? Okay, what is Errol Spence getting versus Terence Crawford? Oh, nah, I mean, like I said before, man, you know, this is no, you know, Terence Crawford, he ducking, man, he ducking. And I kept saying, well, provide me proof to this. And you kept hearing, yeah, man, the fight gonna be. So all these narrative pushers, these fake ass WWE wannabes, yeah, man, Terence Crawford, he should have signed a contract. Let me tell you something, Terence Crawford, what you gonna do when these over-the-counter steroids run wild on you? You know, I mean, for real. Like, I'm just saying, like you had a lot of narrative pushers just flat out lying. I mean, they was really on that Jim Carrey stuff, man. Like, you know, remember, you know, that movie by Jim Carrey, Liar, Liar? I mean, they just was flat out lying. My sources tell me that Terence Crawford turned down $10 million to fight. Oh, man, don't get me started, man. I'm happy. Like, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. Don't get me started with that. But you knew who some of these dudes was. Like I said, a lot of these goofy dudes. But I mean, I'm just saying, man. Have you ever really listened to how some of these dudes talk? You really go get your information from them. I mean, like, how much credibility they really have. So I'm just, I'm just saying, man. And I'm trying not, like, man, I'll be trying not to, and I really don't be listening to these dudes, but somehow, somewhere, I end up stumbling on their videos, and then you just hear them, you can just tell that they just lying, they just making up stuff. These the type of dudes that believe that Santa Claus is a real person. Like, for real, they believe, I hope you don't believe Santa Claus is a real person. I hope if you under 12 and you listened to this video, you shouldn't have listened to this video, but I apologize. But the type of people that y'all listen to and y'all get y'all boxing information for, I told you a lot of these dudes think like Charlie Zolanoff, they delusional. You know how Charlie Z, when he had tried to set up his boxing matches, his random boxing matches against people, and he had land one punch and he'd say he won, and and then he'd try to take off the glove. Oh, I win. And then when you hit him back, he talking about timeout. That's how some of these so-called debaters was. Like, these dudes, you try to debate them, they're trying to say, well, I'm gonna start talking first. Then they say, oh, well, this debate is over. I won. That's how a lot of them, nah, for real, they'll be trying to call timeouts and stuff. So I'm just like, hey, man, come on, man, stop it. Just listen. Listen. Bud needs to worry about Errol Spence first, And I'm glad he had those type of ambitions, but Bud need to take care of business uh, July the 29th. But I will say this much. If Terence Crawford um, can beat Errol Spence and then he go up to 154 and he fight Charlo and he defeat Charlo and he become undisputed in three different weight categories, uh, you could make the argument that Terence Crawford is the greatest fighter of all time. I said make an argument. Didn't say he is, but he's in that GOAT discussion. Then you have to put him up, and I know some people ain't gonna want to hear this. Just like some people have this myth about Michael Jordan, and like I said, I love Michael Jordan, but I do think to a certain degree he get too much credit. You know, at the end of the day, Michael Jordan, had to play with four other players, you know, when he was on the court. That's why they called the Chicago Bulls, not the Chicago Michaels. Even though you would think they was the Chicago Michaels, and you would think that Michael Jordan played all five positions the way people be on his sack, but that is not accurate. Just giving you guys some facts. So, you know, that's just basically, but for real. But if Terence if Terence Crawford if Terence Crawford can do that, if Terence Crawford becomes undisputed in three different weight classes, he's in that GOAT discussion. And you can make an argument that he's a better pound for pound fighter than Muhammad Ali. And I know some Muhammad Ali apologists ain't gonna want to hear that. But you have to just tell the truth. You have to be honest. Now I hope nobody don't edit this video and make videos, saying that Town Biz said that Terence Crawford is better than Muhammad Ali for clickbait purposes, because that's what people do. What I'm saying is, in quote, I'm saying if Terence Crawford becomes undisputed at 147 and then he goes up to 154 and he fights Charlo, which I don't think Al is going to make that fight, and then he wins undisputed at 154, yes, without a shadow of a doubt, Terence Crawford is in that GOAT discussion. So there you have it. But anyway, just wanted to get that out there. Appreciate you guys tapping in. It's your boy Town. I'm out.